Hey everybody, back with another FGG monthly champion here. We got Omar,
Yes.
Omar Jones Jr.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so what'd you win today?
I got me a Ulti Judgment Dragon. And I got
Nice.
this cool Feel Good Guy trophy.
Oh yeah, we're doing one of these every month. I forgot about this because we were doing the. I've been on the invitation all day, but this guy, you can check out his final match, most of it, on the VODs here. How do you think today went? Besides, winning it all.
I mean, honestly, I think I played pretty well. Had some pretty wild matchups, honestly, but we'd be able to pull through.
Yeah. Now, speaking of wild matchups, you're on something pretty wild yourself.
Yeah, Jinzo OTK.
Yeah, certainly
Inspired by my
something
pops.
What? Is that a word?
Yeah, he steals all my stuff.
All right. So let's just get into this profile, I guess.
All right, so I'm gonna start with the cards of the engine. So you got the 3 returner.
Right. Can you flip those around? Do you mind?
Yeah, I got
Thank
you.
you.
3 returner. Pretty straightforward. You need that to OTK. I got 3 Big Daves. That's my guy. Negates trap cards. And, I mean, taking out like 1/3 of the format's pretty good. I've got 3 of this boy right here. And this one, he's definitely slept on. You flip, draw a card, helps you get to Future Fusion, the rest of the engine.
No, I don't suppose you're playing Bakoichi now.
Nah.
One day.
All right, so I got 2 of the Peacekeepers. So what this dude is, he's basically like a recruiter for machines. He searches any Union monster when he's destroyed. So it's like, basically gets you closer to Gear Frame or Fortress.
Yeah, and I don't know if this comes up. That also counts when it's equipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got, clearly, my boy, 3 Gear Frame, normal summon, usually search Fortress or Force.
Yeah.
You search anything else, it's wild.
That's the main guy. Speaking of Fortress and Force, you got those in here?
Of course, I got 3 Machine of Fortress.
Oh, crazy.
This card is literally a powerhouse of the format, honestly.
For sure, yeah.
It deals with so much, and it's such a boss monster. Then I got 3 of his big cousin, 3 Exiled Force. 3 bricks, but you kind of have to play this in this deck because
Exiled Force.
you need to. You always need to be able to establish a fortress and not lose with the card advantage that you're going with it. And for the rest of the miscellaneous stuff, of course, you got to play 2 Sidra. You play on a machine deck, also you play on Future Fusion. So if you draw 1, you can still activate your Future Fusion. And then 2 Black Salvo. This dude right here is clean. So usually you pair it with the Koichi, and you can make black rolls, or you can lock your opponent into the Arabellum, so they're stuck with the same cards they have. And then once you already do enough damage, you can just OTK them.
Yeah, I was thinking those were going to come down after I saw that at the Koichi.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And
it's
then,
like a junk synchron for this deck.
Yeah. Got the last monster, just a Gores.
It's a good card.
Gores is just crazy, especially like if you just don't do anything, and your opponent be like, okay, swing, and then you can summon a Gores and then be aggressive on your following turn.
For sure.
So for spells, I've got 1 heavy, pretty much staple. You always need heavy. Brain, pretty much staple also.
Hey, feel great.
Got Giant Trunade, got clear back row so you can OTK.
Do you ever reuse a Future Fusion?
I have not, but I have.
I guess if you're resolving Future Fusion, you're sending them all. All of them.
I did a Gear Frame equip, and then
that's cool.
Giant Trunade, I bounce it back to my hand.
That's a heads-up play for sure.
Then I got my boy, 2 Lightning Vortex. Need this so you can clear boards and OTK. It's pretty straightforward. And then some 1-0s. You got the Overload Fusion to pair with your Future Fusion, so you have another OTK line even later in the grind. Clearly, Future Fusion, best card, does it all, kill your opponent. 1 MST, forget back row. Limiter, got double your machines. That's how you kill them.
Yeah, OTK's in the name.
Magical Mallet. Now, this card is an MVP.
Right.
So this card, especially with this version of the deck, you are inherently playing way too many bricks, but this makes it so it's not that bad. Because you can curl up and then mallet, put stuff back, and you're back in the game. And you're up in card advantage.
You just don't care about the -1 because you're just going so plus?
Not really, because it's like, you putting back, you can't play anyway. So you're putting back a bunch of dead cards, and even like if you get
you have
to
like a bunch of bombs in your deck that are just gonna.
If you get to like a gear firm or anything, you're putting yourself back in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then I also played one Allure. It's a few dark monsters in this deck. So
you get the Gores and the Salvos and the Koichis too. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they'll draw you to Future Fusion.
Cool.
So for traps, we got Yada. This also lets you draw more cards, get you to Future Fusion, the rest of your engines. You got 2 D-Prezes. D-Prez I felt like is pretty good, honestly, because like with this deck you can either kill them, but also it can grind also. So being able to do both of those in Edison is pretty solid. Then 1 Mirror Force is Mirror Force. I kind of gotta play that if I'm gonna be able to keep up. Solemn Judgment negates anything when you're trying to go for OTK. And then Torrential help clear the board so you can kill your opponent.
Yeah. And that's very good in Union decks too, just because you can just set up, play around it. Peacekeeper maybe even.
Yep,
that's crazy.
The 43 card main deck. And we can go to the extra deck.
Cool.
So I got here 2 Chimera Tech Fortress, Chimera Tech Overdragon, I'm sorry.
Overdragon.
So this dude is my Future Fusion target, so I can dump all my machines and stuff.
They're all going away.
I played 2 just in case I summon 1 off the Future Fusion, and then I can still overload. So
cool.
That I got 1 Ally Adjuster Catastor. Haven't summoned that once today.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It's just in there. Magical Android, same reason, just Edison staple. Go Yo Guardian, Edison staple. Brio, if you can get the Brio, this card's crazy. Especially if you can like discard a fortress, then the force to summon it, then that's 47 right there.
Shout out to the WCQ sleeves, by the way.
Thank you. Got the Colossal Fighter. Most of the time, I have not made this, but it has came up in testing. Colossal Fighter is like really good, especially in this deck, because it puts your opponent on having to out this, and if they don't, it's just big. It keeps coming back. So I'd rather them deal with that than a fortress. I got my boy, Red Dragon Archfiend, 3K body for more damage.
That come up today? That come up today?
This?
Yeah.
Not really. A lot of my extra deck stuff didn't come up besides like the essentials.
In the 7s probably.
Yeah, I got the 7s I have are X-Saber Arabellum. So what he does is your opponent has 4 more cards in hand, and he inflicts battle damage. Your opponent randomly puts 1 on top of their deck, so it's putting them essentially behind.
Right.
A little bit better than a Spirit Reaper, I could say, but Spirit Reaper rips the card. That puts it back
that beats
in
over
there.
something too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another 7, got Avenging Knight Parsha. This one is in case your opponent was curling up, you can get in for damage and kill him like that.
What are the materials in that one again?
It's just one tuner light monster.
Cool.
That's the. We have Black Rose. Clearly, you gotta play Black Rose if you're playing Salvo.
For all the plants in your graveyard.
Yeah, honestly. I got Stardust,
Ooh, the fun art.
Thought Ruler, and then Miss Wine.
Nice.
And that would be my. I got the side deck now. All right. We have 1 Magic Cylinder. I usually put this in against like a lot of decks that summon like big bodies. Getting in any type of damage early before you go for your OTK push, it makes it much more easier to kill your opponent.
Cool.
Double trap stun, trap cards. Honestly, just trap cards. You be trying to kill, so this is like the best. Besides like the judgments and stuff like that. 2 light imprisoning. The light imprisoning mirror. Any light deck, turn that stuff off, and then you just play with that. I got 2 Smashing Ground. This card has actually been putting in a lot of work because I've seen a lot of people play like frogs. There's a lot of frogs running around. Also, Fossil Dinos, a lot of floodgated monsters like Vanity's Fiend is kind of like a problem. So like being able to deal with those threats and then get in for damage is just huge, especially in this deck. I got double Book of Moon. This card, it pairs really well with like Jinzo, because your opponent be like, oh, he has a set card. What can he really do? But like, you got Book of Moon, but you can turn your Jinzo off, or you can use it as disruption on your opponent.
Cool.
Outside the third Lightning Vortex, that self-explanatory, I got clear monsters. 3 crossouts for the Raikos, anything, because like, Raikos really hurt this deck. Honestly, because like it stops an attack and also pops a monster for when you're going for game. So like you just want to get that out of the way. And last 2 cards is 2 Fossil Dino. I usually side these in a lot when it's like really a really solid matchup for this, because this also helps me when I go for OTKs, so the opponent can't gorge you, they can't battle fader you, they can't trag you. So like being able to floodgate your opponent, especially if you have a fortress up too, it's pretty hard to out. Hard to out. Yeah, that's the 43 cards I played today.
All right, thank you. Got any shout-outs?
I wanted to shout out to my pops and all my people back at home.
Get in there.
Yeah, get them in there.
That's going to be the thumbnail. All right.
Yeah, we can shout out to Waltz, of course. Waltz is up and coming store, so definitely shout out to them. Local
Y'all doing
areas.
Edison over there sometimes?
Yeah, we done a bunch of Edison tournaments, 2v2s, a bunch of card tournaments. It's a blast, honestly. Chill environment.
All right.
Saturdays, 1 o'clock.
All right. Well, thanks for coming out. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
I hope I never have to stare down 3 Jinzos. All right. Have a good one.
All right.